When have you had to press reset, James?
I think probably just after the election, reappraised, think of what about the priorities are going to be for the next 5 years. Going into opposition, it's a different game from being in government, so focusing on how best I can deliver for my constituents, but I'm resetting my computer pretty often.
Moment. James, your party was in power for 14 years. Do you accept some responsibility of the situation as it is now?
Well, there's been in my own local area, there's been a doubling of demand over the last couple of years, and that's for the reasons in the report: relationship breakdown, domestic abuse, changes in the private rental market as well, landlords exiting the market. So there's much more that needs to be done. One of the things at my council, they've just launched their new homelessness prevention strategy. They need certainty that the homelessness prevention grant that runs through till March will be continued beyond then, and that the local authority housing grant, which enables them to buy property and premises to house people, is also continued. So that's what I'll be looking for from the Chancellor.
Do you accept any responsibility for where we are now? I mean, those figures are absolutely shocking. If you run a council, I mean, they must keep you up at night.
It is very difficult. We've seen council budgets under huge pressure, and the demand has grown, and the budgets need to increase as well.
OK. Your solution, what do you think is the way forward?
Well, we need to put more money into affordable housing, which is what the last government did through our social housing providers. That's happening in my part of Norfolk. We need to keep landlords in the market. Some of the changes that were in the budget around stamp duty will likely see landlords exiting the market, so that's not going to help the situation either. And councils, we saw Breckland's taken a pretty innovative approach there. Look at those models, how can we do things differently?
Okay.
There are big challenges in public spending. The government set quite high expectations that they'll be able to solve all these problems for councils, and now they've got to deliver on those.
OK. James, what about you?
I've had caricatures done at weddings and other in town squares, those sort of things.
What do they pick out as a feature that they like to highlight from you then?
Glasses.
Glasses, yes.
Really,
well, Chris was saying he likes to draw people with glasses. But I guess, you know, satire is an important part, isn't it, not of a kind of democracy? James, if we had you all back in the studio this time next year, what of these milestones would you like to hold the government most keenly to account on? What needs to be done here?
Well, all of them. It's pretty obvious after the last 5 months the government hasn't had a plan, and in the plan they've just announced they've downgraded the growth target. This was meant to be the growth government. They haven't mentioned the £300 cut in energy bills that they promised everyone at the election they'd deliver, and they've broken promises to farmers, pensioners and to businesses. So if anyone believes that any of these are going to be delivered, well, good luck. I think we saw from Ipswich there's a healthy dose of scepticism about this. People want to see action, not words. You mentioned infrastructure projects. Well, Norwich Western Link, that's being blocked by Natural England. Let's get that out of the way. Let's get the hospital programme, new hospital in Kings Lynn going. Okay. Let's get Ely Junction. Let's get the West Winch Housing Access Road.
All right, let me ask you just very briefly.